Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadari Krishna Krishna Bhattaya Tadabhattaya Namo Namah Sri Nandanandanam Vande Radhika Charanadvaya Samayuktam Brindavana Manoharam Bhakti Vihina Parada Laksha Chiptista Kamadi Taranga Madhya Kripamaye Tvam Sadanam Prapadye Brinde Namaste Charanarvindam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. So first of all, I offer pranams to our Gurudev, Om Vishnupad, Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj, our Guru Parampara, all devotees. Thank you for coming, Cheryl and Oriel. Okay, Oriel, thank you for coming. So, I hope this is not too esoteric for new people, but last night we finished half a history, so we have to finish the other half. So we'll try and just fill you in on what happened. So we're saying attachment is not a bad thing, right? Many religions don't want to point the finger. Buddhism, for example. They say all attachment is bad. Attachment is the cause of suffering. But we cannot agree with that, because intrinsically, what is good or bad? It depends on utilization. Even a knife is not particular. Is it good or bad? A knife depends what we do. If we cut fruit, offer to Bhagavan, offer to Krishna, then it's good. Money, if we use for a good thing, no problem. But we misuse it, then it becomes a problem. So Buddhism believes in the stage of perfection there's no attachment to anything, because you don't exist. So how there can be attachment? But we do not accept that. Soul is eternal. Soul can never cease to exist. So actually the soul is made of pure attachment. We believe this stage of perfection is called rag. Rag means attachment, attraction. So the soul is made of pure attraction. Isti sadisika raga paramaveshta tatata. In the perfect stage, the soul has complete attachment, anurag, to Krishna. God, Krishna. So that is pure rag, pure attachment, pure desire. But when soul comes to this world, then that pure attachment, which should be only for Krishna, becomes distorted to attachment to this world, this body, relatives, money, these things in this world. No? So, simple language. If you're attached to Krishna, you will feel bliss and happiness. If you're attached to anything else, you will suffer. Why? Because this world is temporary. One day you will have to leave the things that you love. We will have to leave. They will leave us, or we will leave them. And naturally, then you will feel pain and suffering. No? But Krishna is eternal. He will never leave. That relationship with the soul and the super soul, Krishna, that is eternal. So that relationship never give distress, never give pain, because never broken. Indeed, some people, because of material experience, they love someone, they get the kick in the face, then they become afraid of relationship. No? So their idea of spiritual life is either some type of void. There is no existence of any love, no existence of any individuality. No, that is the Buddhist idea of sunyavad. No, there is nothing. Or the idea of impersonalism. If there is a God, he has no personality. He has no name, form, qualities, or pastimes. And you merge with him. If you merge, there's no chance of relationship, because there's still only one. And relationship means two. So many people, out of bad material experience, they take shelter of these philosophies of nihilism, or she's alright, right? Okay, don't worry. What's her name again? Last time I'll ask. What is it? Oriel. Don't worry, only an hour and a half left. You'll be fine. But this is very interesting. Okay.
It means it's ancient Hebrew for God's light or light of
Well,
God.
there you go. Okay, so that's why I never got a job as a child teacher. So, attachment is not bad. That is what we're saying. So many people out of some material experience, they superimpose that experience onto spiritual life. They think relationship is giving suffering and pain, exploitation. So they fear relationship. No, but don't fear. No. So there was one king, we told the beginning of the history last night. This is from millions of years ago in beginning of creation. His name was Chitraketu. So he was king of the whole earth planet, so powerful. And he had a lifespan of hundreds of thousands of years. So he had 10 million wives. Okay. Of course, this day and age we cannot imagine. But if you live a few 100,000 wives, you collect a wife every few years, there's 10 million. So he wanted a child. First wife could not give him a child. So not that he threw her on the scrap pile. No, he kept. Again, he married. He could not have a wife. Again, could not have a child. Could not have a child. So 10 million wives could not get a child. So in this world, the nature, no matter how much we have, we always want something more. Right? And we think, when I get that, then I'll be happy. Like in young age. No, if I go to school, I'll be happy. And school, one misery. If I can get out of school, then I'll be happy. He goes to college. More misery. If I can get out of college and get a job, then I'll be happy. Independent. But working is one misery. What's wrong? If I could get a wife, I would be happy. And then if I could get children, I would be happy. When children grow up and leave, then I'll be happy. When I retire, then I'll be happy. The golden years. But never gets it. Like a dog chasing his tail. Like a person chasing their shadow. Never find it. So in the same way, a king was like us. Thinking, this will make me happy. This will make me happy. So he could not get a child. One great sage, one great saint called Angira came. And the king knew the saints can do anything. So he prayed, give me blessing, I will have a son. So Angira Rishi realized he cannot hear any spiritual instruction. He has so many desires. He cannot hear anything. No? So I'll give him some nice medicine. Like a good doctor cures the disease in such a way it never comes back. So real saint, if you ask them for something, they'll give it to you, but in a way you'll never ask again. Sorry, that always makes me laugh, that bit. They'll give it to you, but in such a way you'll never ask again. Disease is cured. So Angira Rishi said, I will give you a son. He'll give you happiness and distress. As a result of the mystic power of Angira, his first wife, her name was Kritajuti, I think. She became pregnant. In due course of time, she gave birth to a beautiful son. And his name was Sokkahash. Sokkahash. Sokka means lamentation. Harsh means happiness. Happiness and distress. So the child grew up. And what happened? The other 10 million wives became full of envy. I also want a son. Yes, thank you. Why? The king never talks to us. The co-wife said, the king never talks to us. We could not fulfill his desire. Instead, his all affection he's giving to this one queen. We are no worse off than maid servants in the palace, because at least the king talks to the servant girls. Clean this, do this, bring this. But to us, he never looks, he never talks. What is the cause of our neglect? What's the cause of our suffering? This little kid. So, wickedly, they, amongst themselves, made a plan, put poison in the milk, and killed the child. Of course, when the when the mother came in the morning, oh my God, this is a terrible story for a kid to hear. Anyway, don't worry, it has a happy ending. So I should keep going, right, Mother? It's all right, isn't it? has a good ending. So mother came, of course, father came, you could imagine. They become like mad persons. That time Angita Rishi came again and gave them spiritual instruction. O king, what relation you have with the dead body? And what relation this dead body has with you? No. You think, I'm his father. Is that relationship true now? No. Was it ever true? Is one soul really connected with another soul? No. Just like sticks in a river. They come together for a short time, then separated by the river of time. No? So, the soul not belongs to any body. Soul is like a piece of gold or a £5 note. It goes from one person to the next, to the next, to the next. So everything in this creation is in a temporary position. So the king heard this knowledge, how the soul is different from this body. Right, Cindy, understand? Who are you? Cheryl. Anyway, she's not Cheryl either. Who are you? Who are we? Are we the body? Are the mind? Or something else? That something else is called Atman, the real self, the real person. That is the soul. But nobody knows that soul. That's why nobody's happy. So this knowledge entered the ears of the king. He became hopeful. That he received, Angita Rishi touched the dead boy who came to life. He has so much power. He said, my boy, wake up. Your mother and father are here crying. Wake up, play with your friends. Enjoy the love of your parents, the property of your kingdom. Enjoy the remaining period of your life. I give it back to you. Then the boy said, who is my mother and father? Who is my mother and father? I cannot remember. Because every life we get a mother and father. Cheryl, where's mother and father from last life? Gone, like bubbles in the ocean. Gone. No? So the boy said, who is my mother? Who is my father? No? Even cat has mother and father. Dog has mother and father. Even tree has mother and father. Insect, worm, germ. Who is my mother and father? I cannot remember. And boy gave more instruction. All this we spoke last night. Then like an elephant covered in mud, when he takes bath and comes out, how much he's shining. So taking bath in this Atmagyan, this knowledge of the soul, all the ignorance of the king was washed off. He came out shining. Then Narad Muni said, my king, you are a great soul. It is not proper for you to be immersed in ignorance like this. Take this mantra. In 7 days you'll see the Supreme Lord face to face. So he did, he chanted. We are chanting many years but not success. But the king was successful in 7 days. Why? He had no more attachment to anything, only attachment to Krishna. Then quickly he got result of chanting mantra. So he saw Supreme Lord. So the king had some desire. I want to sing nicely. Not like our choir here, right? Terrible. Head monster is me. So king had some desire. I want to sing nicely. So in the celestial planets, the heavenly planets, they're called the Vidyadharas. They have unlimited beauty, all mystic powers. But mostly they're famous for their skill in music. So king got that position like a demigod. He was surrounded by so much wealth and women and everything, but he had no interest in that. Just interest in the name of Krishna. But probably in the celestial planets, the higher planets, okay, Cheryl, we believe this universe, 3 levels. The earth planet is now where we are, Matyalok, middle system. Because here is not too much suffering, not too much enjoyment. It's like mixed. Some enjoyment is here, some suffering, but it's not overwhelming. So here people can practice some spiritual life. In the hellish planets, right, in hell, who's so much misery, you cannot do any spiritual life. So much suffering in the lower planets. In the higher planets, so much pleasure, you cannot fix your mind also in spiritual topics. So earth planet is the best. It's said human form is the topmost form for the practice of spiritual life. Even though human body is also temporary, still it's very rarely achieved, very rare, very precious. No. So anyway, in the heavenly planets, he thought, here is no topics of Krishna. So, have you heard of Shiva, Cheryl? Right. Shiva has no material possessions. You see, mostly he never even wears any clothes. But people worship him for material things. Not so intelligent. Shiva obviously has no interest in material things because he has some other happiness. That means he always thinking of Krishna, always chanting his name. Panch Mukhagan Tripurari. Tripurari Mahadev, with so many mouths, always singing name, form, qualities, pastimes of Krishna. Therefore he's like a madman. So happy. So Chitraketu went to his planet to hear something. So no like I'm giving a lecture, so dressed white normally. But Shiva was completely naked, giving his lecture. Not only that, he had his wife, the material energy, Maya, on his lap. So normally a man with a woman, a naked man with a beautiful lady on his lap, how will he talk topics of Krishna? His mind will be completely captured. But no, Shiva no. That's how great he is. All enjoyment is there, but he have never touched it. No interest. This is called Paramahamsa, like a swan. If you mix cream and water together, the swan will drink the cream and never touch the water. So high-class person is like Paramahamsa, we call. They may be in this world, but they never touch it. They have no interest. They're only drinking the cream, Krishna's service, Krishna's lila. So Chitraketu saw this. Shiva's buck naked, as we say, with his wife on his lap, giving big lecture. So Chitraketu laughed. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. Shiva is so great. Look at him. Only he can do that. Only he has that level of control, that level of absorption. So Chitraketu laughed, but not in a wicked way. But his wife not understood. She became angry. Who is this guy to criticize my husband? So she cursed him, take birth as a demon. Because in this planet there's only divine persons, but you are demonic mentality, wicked mentality. So take birth as demon. Chitraketu was so powerful he could have cursed her back, but he did not. He just bowed. And he said, in this world, what is a curse? What is a blessing? What is your happiness? What is distress? These are all temporary, like waves on an ocean, coming and going. So, what is the cause of happiness? What is the cause of distress? That is only the mind. My mind is fixed on Krishna. I am not disturbed by your curse. I accept. So Chitraketu, this is the history. Okay, we finished all that last night. So Chitraketu took birth as a demon. Right? We believe in this world two types of persons. Divine and demonic. Even dogs. Some dogs little divine, some dogs little demonic, right? In the same way humans, all is like that. So he took birth in demonic species. But actually he had not made, only one thing can, let me start in another, only one thing can stop devotion. That is offense to great saintly persons or offense to Krishna. So there's a big difference between sin, in Sanskrit we say pap, and aparad, offense. Sin, like chicken eating or what? Even some other man's wife you grab, or stealing, or violence, beating, even murder, these things. Criticizing someone, giving false witness. There's so many things you can do in this world, right? Most people are doing them every day. But these bad activities are only due to ignorance. So these we call sinful activities. Ariel. These sinful activities have no actual relation with the soul, actually. They only affect the mind and the body, but have no connection with the soul. Like Jesus said, hate the sin, not the sinner. Right? So, sin, one may be very sinful, this will not disturb devotion. Okay, I'm not saying do it, but this have no connection with the soul, no relation with God. This is just some temporary activity. But worse than that is offense, those things directly connected with the soul and Krishna, like blaspheming Krishna, criticizing or blaspheming the saintly persons. Right? This is called aparad. So the reason I'm explaining, this Chitraketu had perfect devotion. So because of some mistake, he took birth in a very bad species of life, demon. But he never made offense. So his devotion was undisturbed. His devotion was not checked. Okay, when we die, what will we take with us, Cheryl? But what will the soul take with us? That much you heard about Krishna, that much we did some service to some saintly person, that much we did devotion, that is never lost. That will always stay with you. Everything else will come and go. So the king took birth as a demon, but his devotion was not checked. His devotion remained untouched because he not made offense. Understand? Only some joking like this. My God. So how he took birth, this is also a big history in the Bhagavatam. No? So in most religions, don't mind if I say like Christianity, Islam, Judaism, the Judaic-Christian background. In these religions, also in Hinduism, the goal of most Hindus is what? Go to Swarga. We call heaven. Not kingdom of God. Heaven. Kingdom of God is another thing. But we'll just say celestial planets. The goal of most religions in this world, celestial planets, right? If you read the Quran, it's full of descriptions of heaven, the celestial planets. When you go there, what do? Unlimited sex life, unlimited enjoyment, unlimited eating and drinking, right? Unlimited enjoyment. Christianity also, the idea of paradise. You go there and what you do? Enjoy. No? In Judaism, it's also the same. Hinduism, all religions. Even Buddhists have heaven and all these things. So the goal of those religions is not to serve God, it's actually to get some enjoyment in this world. Because we believe the heavenly planets, the celestial planets, are also temporary. You go there and enjoy, but how long? That much you have stockpile of good activities. When that's finished again, you come back. Like you read the Quran, for example, so much enjoyment, but service to God, there's practically no mention of it. So these are like materialistic. Not that the religion itself is material, but the goal of most of the followers is material. So Hinduism also, tonight we should not just talk bad about Islam, also Hinduism. Most of people, their goal, do some good in this world and enjoy the result in the next life in heaven. So the king of heaven, this is called Indra. No? But there is also lust, so much envy also there. No? Because not pure souls. They have many material benefits, many material qualities, but spiritual perfection, no. So there is also envy, fear, many lust, so much. No? That is not the place of perfect shanti, perfect peace. Right? So sometimes Bhagavatam also speak like this. Don't be so anxious to go to there because there is also fear. No, okay, you stay there millions of lives in a subtle body, but one day the clock is ticking. One day you have to leave that place also. No, so Indra. Okay, Cheryl, I'm trying to fit all this in. No? So this topic is a little esoteric. It's a big section of the Bhagavatam. No? So the king of heaven, imagine how much enjoyment he gets. Everyone respecting him so much, this and that. But he also have fear because also other people want his position. The demons also jostling here and there. So Indra was getting so much worship and so much respect because he's the king of heaven. So one day his guru came. Indra has a guru, Brihaspati his name is. So when Brihaspati came in, Indra no, now my guru's come, now I have to get off the seat, and he gets the big seat and all the flower garlands and the sandalwood paste. And No, so he became a little jealous. Why all this should go to Gurudev? This should go to me. So he pretended not to see his guru. Because if you see him, then you have to call him and give him respect. So Indra, out of envy and foolishness, pride, especially someone gets some wealth, mostly they become mad with pride. Who is greater than me? No. Don't want to mention names, Donald Trump, all these. You see so much money, so much respect, so much power. They never give respect to other persons properly. No? So Indra also fell in that trap. He neglected his guru. The guru thought, now he's full of pride. Okay. So Brihaspati disappeared. And Indra could not find him, and Indra became in full anxiety. Without Gurudev's protection, what will happen to me? So he thought, now we need a replacement guru who will do all these things for us, like yagyas and that. Where to find a qualified person like my guru? Okay, Kunja, listening? So, there was one other person. His name was, what was his name? Oh, come on. Excuse me. I'll find his name. What was his name? Brihaspati and... Anyway, I cannot remember his name. Shame on me. Cast me into the fiery pits forever. Anyway, one boy was there. So qualified in the chanting of the Vedic mantras. What was his name? Long time I not read this. No? So anyway, so Indra requested him, please be our spiritual master and teach and do all these like sacrifices for us. So the boy, he agreed. But problem was, this boy, his father was a demigod, but his mother was a demon. So he was like 50-50. So he's acting as the Indra's guru, but he has so much affection for the demons also, because mother's side of the family. So when he was doing the sacrifice, the sacrificial offerings, he would do the offering for Indra and the demigods, but he'd also secretly chant some mantra for the oblations to go to the demons. You know, 50-50. Then Indra thought, why Gurudev is chanting something else after each mantra? He listened. He is offering also to my enemies, the demons, and out of madness Indra became angry and killed his guru. Took off his head. No? So, Twasta Rishi, his father, the boy who was killed, his father was named Twasta Rishi. So Twasta Rishi became angry. The king of heaven has killed my son, I will kill him. But how? He is very powerful. I'll have to do some big yagya, fire sacrifice, some big austerities. So he did big mantra, big fire sacrifice. But what happened when he chanted the mantra? He made a mistake. Ariel, listening? Ariel, do you want to go in the freezer? Okay, you're expert in dealing with her. We'll leave you there. We got a big freezer. No problem. So, that's why we believe she's alright. She's just a kid. So, she'll be fine. So, when he chanted the mantra, he made a mistake. Not in pronunciation, but in intonation. So when he chanted the final mantra in the sacrifice to produce a son who would kill Indra, he made a mistake in the mantra. Instead of Indra Satruvadayan, may the enemy of Indra become very powerful. Indra Satruvadayan. May this yagya produce a son who will be the friend of Indra. He made a mistake. No, as a result, he got the opposite. So we are practicing devotion. It's called Bhakti Yoga. So all other processes, if you make a mistake, Ariel. Huh? What's her name?
Ariel.
Try and let your mum hear.
Yeah, let me hear. Yeah.
Attention span of grasshopper. Yeah. Okay, so if you can tolerate, I'll try. So, instead of getting a son who would be the enemy of Indra, he got a son who would be the friend of Indra. No? So other processes, if you make a mistake, you can get the opposite result. Like in, what do you study again?
International management.
God. Thank God. If you make a mistake in the exam, what happens? You fail. In charity, if you give charity to the wrong person, you cannot get the good result of the charity. You may get the opposite result. No? Like if some beggar, some bum, what's a proper word? A mendicant? I don't know. Some bum anyway. He's begging money, you give him £5. And he goes and buys a bottle of vodka with it. What happens? Who gets the bad result? You do. Because you gave him that money, now he is finishing his life. You are responsible. So charity, sometimes you mean to do good, but the opposite result comes. Yoga, right? You make a little mistake here and there, your back, you slip a disc, break your leg, strain a hamstring, finished. But bhakti is not like that. Devotion. So powerful. Because Krishna understands the intention. So even some mistake is there, no problem. No problem. Still you get the good result. No? Like it says, in Sanskrit, a foolish person, when they give the flower to Vishnu, they say Vishnaya. No? And a learned person says, no, Vishnave. No? But Krishna accepts both, the mispronunciation and the proper pronunciation, because he knows what you want to do. No? For example, there was one great criminal, a murderer actually, and he met a great saint by Narada. Then Narada said, brother, if you want auspiciousness, chant these names of Ram. Chant Ram, Ram, Ram. But he was so sinful he couldn't chant the name Ram. He could only chant Mara. Mara means to kill, actually. He was so bad he couldn't say Krishna, Krishna, Ram, Ram. Some people you say, chant, they cannot. Because no good activities, no purity, no softness. They cannot chant. Many times we see, chant, chant. Cannot. No, so sinful, so wretched, so low, so fallen. No? So this person was so nonsense, he couldn't even chant Ram. He could only chant Mara. So if you say Ram backwards, what is it? Mara. So Narad Muni knew, okay, chant it. It's the holy name, but only backwards. No problem. Like you scratch your nose this way or this way, at the end of the day, you're still scratching your nose. No? So Mara, 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 Mara becomes Ram, Ram, Ram. And he chanted for thousands of years until he achieved perfection. He saw the Supreme Lord. And what he saw, he wrote. Have you heard of Ramayan, Cheryl? Say yes. Cheryl, have you heard of it really? Ramayan.
Yes.
That book was written 16 million years ago. Ramayan. And who was it written by? This man. A murderer. But by the chanting the holy name backwards, he achieved perfection. That is the power of the name.
Perfection, enlightenment.
Seeing the Supreme Lord face to face. That's the highest level of...
When you say face to face, you mean literally face
You see him. Yeah, God has a face and you see him. God has hands, legs. He's a person, right? Right. No one thinks of that.
God has been
You're a person.
a
He's the forceful. He's the source of all force. The source of all energy. You're a person, right? So how could God be impersonal? Everything in the creation has a form. Why do you think the Creator has no form? Think about it. Sorry to spoil your life. Really. Yeah, God has an eternal form. Bible says God made man in his own image and likeness. What does that mean?
I thought that meant everything encompasses.
Man. God made man in his own image. That means God has a human-like form. But not like us. Our form is temporary. Meat, bone, skin. His form is eternal. That's Krishna, right? Where is he? There he is. We believe God is the supreme person, eternal person. Okay, we'll talk about it more if you like. So, what we're saying? Right. So this, he got a son who would be the enemy of Indra. So, as he chanted the mantra, one huge demon came huge, enormous, touching the sky. His name was Britasur. Asura means demon. Brit means to cover. He was so huge, he practically covered the sky. So, let me... 6. Hey, can you find me 7? Ananda?
Sorry, I'm just going to take her to the
Sure. The freezer's on the left. Yes. Can you bring me Canto 7?
Isn't that Vritasur is son of Vin? No.
No, that's Gadakach.
Oh, remember? Oh.
Chitraketu meets the Lord. Wait, maybe I don't need it. Vritasur, here we are. Sorry, forget it. Okay. It's tough to explain these things sometimes. So, Vritasur, thank God. No? Actually, look in all religion. Guru Maharaj said if God doesn't have a form, cut that line from the Bible. The Quran says, Ya in Allah men suratin. Allah made man as if looking in a mirror. No? So, in Christianity, they believe Jesus is the Son of God. So the Son has a human-like form, then the Father must also have a human form, human-like form. What do you think?
I don't, well, to be honest, I don't know. And I've always had,
Doubt.
well, I haven't had fixed ideas.
Okay.
I thought that maybe my human mind can't comprehend.
Yes, his form, because, anyway, it's a big topic, but
Yes.
our problem is we use material intelligence when we try to understand transcendence. Right? All form we see has a cause, but God has no cause, right? So we...
Of God in all things.
He is in everything, but doesn't mean this is him.
No.
This is his energy, this is his creation, and he's in it also. This is his energy. But he is also separate from the creation as well. Right? So his creation has form, then he also has a form, but his form is fully spiritual. Right? Even though he's the oldest person, the oldest individual, he never looks older than 16 years old. Have you ever seen a picture of old Krishna?
No.
White hair Krishna, wheelchair Krishna, walking stick Krishna. Always his eternal age, 16 years, 8 months, 2 weeks old. Eternal, even though he's the oldest person, the Purana Purush, the most ancient personality, he's always eternally youthful. Therefore, God has many names. We say the name of Krishna is the best name. Why? Krishna means all attractive. What's the best quality of God? His beauty. So by his beauty, he attracts all the souls towards him, by his beauty. Right? So you chant Krishna, Krishna, then you can realize his aspect of sweetness. In Islam, for example, they chant Allah. Allah means the Almighty, the biggest, the greatest. But this is not the perfect name. Why? Because God is not just the greatest, he's also the smallest. So a name like Allah doesn't completely describe all his qualities. No? Yes, this is the great shame. Like Michelangelo, he painted a picture of God. What did he do? Because God is the oldest, he must be an old guy. So you see in the Sistine Chapel, man's like that, and the old God is like, arr. But no, he has an eternal spiritual form. Right? His body is made of knowledge, eternality, knowledge, and bliss. He is the soul of all souls. But don't think because he is all-pervading, that means he cannot also be in one place also. God means he must have everything. So he is all-pervading, but we cannot see him. But a high-class person sees him in every atom. No? Ito nushinga parato nushinga yato yami tatono. Krishna says, Yomam paseta sarvata. One who sees me everywhere and everything in me, that person has proper vision. So now we cannot see him, it does not mean that God is formless. He has form. If we have proper qualification, then we can see his eternal form face to face. Okay? His body is not like us. We're always changing bodies. But he never changes his body. There's a difference between our soul and our body. But there's no difference between his soul and his body, because he has a spiritual body. Okay, if you get a chance, Cheryl, take a little, start to study, start to read. No? Most people don't even know the name of God. What's God's name? In Judaism, it's illegal to even say the name of God. Did you know that? It's illegal. So they don't know his name, his form, his qualities. What's God doing now? If we don't know, how can we develop a conception of service to him? So these things are described. We cannot say they don't exist, this knowledge. It exists. No, it's kept in these Vedic scriptures. If you get a chance, you study, put your intelligence and see how you go with it. No? You're lucky Alagu lives here. Any question you can ask him. Anyway, so Britasur. No? So Britasur, very powerful. No? He conquered the whole universe. No? And now came time. I'm telling this story very quickly, very short. That Indra became full of fear, the king of heaven. Now this demon is capturing the whole universe. It's time for a showdown. So a huge battle took place. This is beginning of the creation. Between Indra with all the demigods. Funny, this class, you never know where it's going to go. No? And Vritasur, the demon, headed by all his group, his army. No? So, Indra knew this person has the supernatural strength. I cannot kill him. No? So Indra did big austerities. No? And his guru, before he killed him, he gave him a mantra. This is called the Narayan Kavacha. No, may Narayan protect my forehead, like this. Some people still chant this. No, they believe this gives complete protection. So also Supreme Lord had said to Indra, don't fear, you will kill him, don't fear. So Indra knew. So he came for battle. Right. If I tell all this, very esoteric. But the Supreme Lord said to kill Krishna, to kill him, not Krishna, one expansion of Krishna called Narayan. If you want to kill Vritasur, you cannot kill him with an ordinary weapon. There's a special weapon you have to make from the bones of one rishi. This rishi's name is Dadichi. So you beg from him his bones. If he gives them to you, you can make a weapon which can kill Vritasur, otherwise you cannot kill him. So all the demigods went to this great sage named Medici Rishi. And in Vedic culture, if a guest comes, whatever they ask you, you should give them, no matter what they ask. So, when Dadichi, all the demigods came to Dadichi, then Dadichi said, welcome my guests, how can I serve you, what do you want? And they said, we need your bones. We need your bones. Give them. Then the Dadichi smiled. Because we are not this body. And no one knows this more than high saints like Dadichi. Like I am not this cloth, this is one covering. So Dadichi knows this body is just a covering. It's not me. But to test the demigods, he also gave some question and answer to them. No? Following the Lord's instructions, Tata api achuto deve rishi atavana mahan modam manya vache dam prahasam evabharata. So when they went, following Krishna's instructions, the demigods approached Dadichi. He was very liberal and generous. Now we believe we should be like trees. A tree, everything a tree has is for others, like his fruit, leaves, bark, wood, shade. The tree has nothing for himself. No? So Lord Chaitanya said, if you want to chant the name of Krishna, be like a tree. It means so generous. No? Even we believe our house, our wealth, what we have we should use for benefit of others. So Dadichi had these qualities. No? So when the demigods begged him for his bones, I forgot this section was in here. What? He agreed, but first he wanted to test the demigods. So Dadichi said, oh demigods, at the time of death one experiences severe, unbearable pain. No? Sometimes that pain of death is so severe. No, they say like 1,000 Scorpion bites, like the dentist hits the nerve of its tooth, your tooth, how you feel. So imagine the soul leaving the body, how much pain you feel at the time of death. No? Don't you know about this pain at the time of death? No? Also in this world, everyone loves this body so much. No? If someone says, give me your money or your life, we hand over the wallet. But we're never willing to give this body up. Because we think this body is everything. If I don't have this body, how can I enjoy? No? So everyone's so attached to this body. Even in hospital, Uncle Tom, he's on the breathalyzer, what do you call it? He's on the breathing machine, he's got 50 IVs. How are you? Okay, he cannot give up the hope. Soon I'll be better, I can enjoy more. So everybody loves this body, so attached to this body. So addicted to the material body, right? Everyone thinks, I'm the body. Cheryl, who are you? The body? Have you been to a funeral? If we're the body, why is everyone crying at a funeral? The body's there. Why do we cry? Because even though we don't understand, deep inside the feeling is the person I loved has left. And that person is not the body. The person is attachment to the false thing. Right? Attachment to the false thing. Because we are also not the body also. We're the soul. So I don't know who I am, and I'm crying for him. Anyway, so everybody loved this body. Struggling to keep this body forever. Everyone tries to protect the body at all means. What our whole life is doing for the body. Hungry, eating. Cold, clothes, heater. Thirsty, drinking. Tired, sleeping. Sex life, marriage. Everyone doing everything for the happiness of the body. Who would be prepared to give up this body, even if the Supreme Lord ordered it? Didichi is joking with them, because Supreme Lord had ordered it. No? But he's testing them. No? The demigod said, "Oh great soul, pious persons like you know everything. You are very kind and affectionate. A great soul can give anything for the happiness of others, even their own body." Those who are self-interest, when they ask for something, they never think of the pain it gives. Like when the man asks, give me some money. The beggar's not thinking how hard he had to work to get that money. They're not thinking. They're just thinking of their own self. So if a beggar knew the pain that he caused the giver, he would not ask. No. So demigods, you should not ask unless you know the pain it is to give up this body. Didichi said. But hearing the answer to the demigods, Didichi was satisfied. Because he knew one day you have to give up this body. Today, tomorrow, the next day. So Krishna orders give up now. This Krishna's desire. This is good chance. So this body you will use for some good thing, for the benefit of the universe. Take it. Actually, we so much love this body, but you think, when we die, how much is this body worth? Right? At least when a goat dies, you can sell his skin and his meat and stuff, right? A shark dies, you can take out his teeth and make necklaces and fish and chips and stuff. But a human, when he dies, what can you do with his body? Nothing. Worth absolutely nothing. So, Didichi agreed, okay, take this body. How? It's not explained here, but Guru Maharaj said, the demigod took sugar and ghee and covered his body, and so many cows came and licked. Have you ever been licked by a cow, Cheryl?
No.
Oh, your life has no meaning. Tongue is very sharp. Tongue of a cow is very strong. So cows licked him to get the sugar, and he gave up his body, and only his bones were remaining. No, it may sound fantastic in this day and age. No? So from the bones of the demigod, bones of Didichi, which was so powerful, because whole life Didichi chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So much power was in those bones. From those bones they made a super weapon. What a topic, huh? This topic is not for new people. So from his bones they made a super chakra, a super weapon. Only this weapon could kill Vritasur. So Didichi said a few more things before he died, we may hear. This body, which is ultimately eaten by dogs at death, No? When this body which we love, what happens at the time of death? If you're cremated, you become ashes. If they bury you somewhere, you become worms. If you die in the forest, or someone kills you and puts you in the forest, what happens to your body? Animals eat it, you become stool. So this body has ultimately become stool, worms, or ashes. Does this body have any real connection with me, the soul? No connection at all. This body is only valuable for a short period of time. At any moment it may be finished. The body, as well as its relatives and possessions, cannot be taken with us at the time of death. So why we get a chance to use this body for the benefit of others? No? So Dadichi Muni fixed his mind on the feet of Krishna. The cows licked him. He gave up his body, and they made his bones into one weapon. Okay. It talks more how Dadichi was thinking at the time of death. No? So, a huge battle came. Indra with the bone weapon. Also, he had the weapon made by the mantras of the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord had told him, don't worry, you will kill Vritasur. So Indra had all backing. But the King of Heaven doesn't have perfect spiritual knowledge like Vritasur. All material thing he have, but spiritual knowledge is a separate department. No? So Indra came to battle. And so many, we call demigods, Shiva? Like this category. So many demigods came with him to fight. Hundreds of thousands of demons also came on the side of Vritasur. I have not spoke this history for like 5 years. So I'm a little rusty. So many different type of demons. You can hear about them here, no? He had so many weapons, lances, spears, axes, swords. His putties he made last night. Many different weapons. And there was a huge war on the bank of the Milk Ocean. So, when the demigods threw all their weapons, Vritasur was so powerful, what did he do? He opened his mouth and ate them all. Imagine how powerful he was. So when the demigods saw that, we just threw all our best weapons, except the bone weapon. No effect, he just ate them for breakfast. They become depressed. They wanted to run. So Vritasur, instead of using his weapons to kill the demigods, he just began stamping on them. You can imagine his size, crushing them beneath his feet. No. Anyway, so this is not the main topic. So, when the demigods were all crushed, then the guru of the demigods, he chanted the mantra, they came back again. They also attacked this time, the demons ran away. So Vritasur began giving some instructions to his followers. O Viprachiti, O Nimi Maharaj, O Namuchi, O Puloma, O Maya, these different, Sambara, famous demon. His picture is there. No? Everyone who is born has to die, right? When you're born, death is born with his body. No one can escape. Everyone born in this world have to die, have to give up this body. There is not even one person who can save themselves from time, from death. No, there is no way to escape. Death is inevitable. Right. Madhusudana Maharaj talks about this verse sometimes. Yes. No? Only 2 deaths are great. 2 deaths are called glorious deaths. No, they believe if a soldier fights face to face with the enemy without running, and he's killed, then he goes to the heavenly planets. This death is glorious. And the other death is the yogi. At the time of death, no fear, fix their mind on the Supreme Lord and go there. These 2 deaths are glorious deaths. No? There are 2 ways to meet a glorious death, but both are very rare. One is to die after performing the mystic yoga system, especially devotion, bhakti yoga, by which one can control the mind and all senses and life force and fix, absorbed in thought of the Supreme Lord. That is glorious. Why did that person go and never take birth again? Krishna, what will you think of when you die, Cheryl?
What will I think of?
When you die, what will you think of? You will have to...
Returning home.
Home where? Where's your home? Where's the home of the soul? Funny you said that. Where does the soul belong? Here in London?
No.
Where's home?
Well, I think they're probably different planes. But I
And what's the
would think,
topmost plane?
I would think being home is reuniting with God.
There he is. Krishna, that's what Krishna's... If you get a chance to read Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, one who thinks of me at the time of death never takes birth again. He comes to me. But you think of something else, you have to come back for it. No? So the first death, the yogi who fixes his mind on Krishna and goes, never returns. That's the topmost. And the second, the soldier in the battlefield who dies without fear, facing the enemy. No? These two types of death are recommended as glorious. Okay, so you're probably not going to get the second one, so try for the first one. But the second one, even you go to the heavenly planets, you have to come back again, so it's not so glorious. No? All his soldiers are running away, they're not going to think of Krishna, right? So he's giving them option B. No? Why are you running? One has to die. Two great deaths are glorious. The first one you will not do, so at least you can do. The second, die without fear on the battlefield. No? So, when the soldiers on the side of the demon Vritasura heard his instructions, they, still too afraid, they kept running. Then the demigods attacked these people who were running away. No? Then Vritasura also criticized these demigods. Why are you attacking these fellows who are running, showing their backs? This is not glorious. Oh demigods, these demon soldiers have taken birth uselessly from the wombs of their mother like stool. Nice words, right? Baby comes from the mother's womb, and stool also comes from the mother's womb. So these soldiers are like stool, no benefit. Useless. What is the use in killing these guys from behind? They have already lost their character by running. You want to fight someone, like Jackie Chan says, you want to fight? Fight me. So if you have faith in your heroism, fight me. No? So alone Vritasura fought with all the demigods. He roared, Vritasura. His shout was so loud. Okay, Nanda, hearing or absorbed in the phone?
No, I'm just trying to work out logistics for my mother to get to the
Yeah,
next
just forget that for a while. We're on the battlefield, and you're turning your face to the mobile. So he roared, so loud he roared, all the demigods fell unconscious, imagine. Their eyes were full of fear. Then Vritasura took his weapon and began trampling them like an elephant tramples bamboo. So as he was killing them in this way, Indra came face to face to fight. The king of heaven took his, not the bone weapon, he was keeping that in reserve, his other weapons like the club and thunderbolt. He threw his club at Vritasura. Vritasura caught his club with the left hand. This is like so much disrespect. And threw the club back at Indra. That club hit Indra's elephant. Indra's elephant was knocked back 14 body lengths, and Indra fell back off the elephant. Means Vritasura defeated him with the left hand. Okay, don't worry, this is not all the main topic, but we cannot avoid it. No? So struck by Vritasura's club, Indra was, his pride and everything, enthusiasm was also smashed. So he became depressed. No? He was standing there hopeless. How can I defeat this person? That time, to give encouragement to Indra, Vritasura began to speak. So this is the main topic, not all the fighting and everything. This is the main topic. Vritasura said, "Fool, you killed my brother, who had no sin, spotless Brahman. And you are so foolish just for some happiness of the heavenly planets, you killed him? Fight me face to face. I will pierce your heart with my trident. I will free myself the debt I owe to my brother. Indra, you are a fool. The heavenly planets are temporary. And just for some temporary material enjoyment, you killed him. He was your guru also. Therefore, you are most condemned. You have no intelligence at all. O King of Heaven, you have no shame. You are bereft of mercy. You have no glories or good fortune. No. I shall now pierce your body with my trident and leave your body for the dogs to eat. You are cruel. And if any of your followers also try to attack me, I'll also finish them. But, okay, this is the beautiful part. If in this battle I know you will kill me because Supreme Lord has ordained it, I am already dead. So even though I know I will be defeated, I am not morose. Right? In this world we have to act. We cannot be depressed and hopeless. We have to act. No? So even if you kill me, I have no fear. Why? This body I use for the benefit of others. When I die, so many dogs and jackals and crows will eat me. I can help them by offering this material body for their benefit. Also, when I fall on the earth, I can get the foot dusts of the great saints like Narad and others. Narad was his guru from previous life. Indra, why you are standing there morose? All victory is assured. The Supreme Lord himself has blessed. So stand up and fight. The bone thunderbolt you have has been empowered by the blessings of Vishnu, Krishna, and by the austerities of the Didhichi Muni. You have come here to kill me on the order of the Supreme Lord. There is no doubt I will be killed. But when you kill me, I will be happy. I shall be free from material bondage by giving up this material body. And this world is what, Cheryl? This world full of temporary and misery. So I will give up this body happily. Right, Amanda? How are you going?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
We could have talked about the sweetness of Krishna, but somehow we ended up here. And when I die, I will fix my mind on Krishna. So I'm very happy. Give up this body, finish with this material existence. I shall achieve the supreme destination, like Narad, like my guru and his. So he spoke here 3-4 beautiful verses. 3-4 beautiful verses. Persons who fully surrender to Krishna and always think of their lotus feet. Pumsam Kalekanta diyam swakamam yad sampato divi bhuma orasayam. Such persons always drink the nectar of his beauty. Krishna thinks such persons as his own servants. Krishna never gives his servants some temporary position like the heavenly planets. The Lord never bestows upon such persons the upper, lower or middle planetary systems. Understand? Krishna never gives his surrendered souls any place in the material world. No. Because at that much one has material possessions, he becomes full of fear, lamentation, and desire. Enmity, anxiety, agitation, pride and enmity come with material possessions. So Krishna never gives his devotees material possessions. Krishna says his devotees should never desire to attain some temporary thing. No? So aham hare tava padai kumule dasanu dasa britatam sabuya. Manas marateshu pate gunamscha ganete vakarma karotu kayo. These are famous verses. So beautiful things he's saying. And imagine this is a huge demon covered by blood and everything, but he's speaking this verse. Hari, one name of Krishna. Hari, aho Hari tava padai kumula. One name of Krishna, Hari. Hari means one who takes away. Means in an ordinary sense, who takes away the fear, the sins, the ignorance of the devotee. Ordinary. But by his beauty, who takes away the mind and the senses of the devotee by his beauty. That is called Hari. Krishna is a big thief. By his beauty, he steals the mind and hearts of the devotees. Aham haritava padai kumule. O Krishna, I want to become the servant of your servant's servant. So everyone wants to become the servant of God, but we said don't waste your time with that. Just become the servant of those who are already serving God. Right? Like we believe our Gurudev, and he is a servant of his Gurudev, he is a servant of his Gurudev, he is a servant of his Gurudev. Servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. No? So dasanu dasa bhuvatam sabuya. Oh Krishna, I remember you, but you should remember me. Who am I? I am the servant of your servant's servant. No? If I can get the association of your servants, then manasmarateshu, my mind will think of you. Grinete vakarma, my voice will always speak your glories. Kim koromikaya, my body will always be engaged in your service. If I can get the chance to be with your servants. Aham haritava padai kamule dasanu das. And what he prays for. When people go to the church, what they're praying for. Give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. What?
7 o'clock my first is
Just 2 minutes. Nanaka preshtam nachapada mestam nas sarvabhomna rasadad na rasadi patyam na yoga siddhina apuna bharamscha samanjasyana virahaya kanksha. Oh Krishna, nanaka preshtam. I don't want the heavenly planets. Nachapada mestam. I don't want the topmost planet of Lord Brahma. Nasarvabhoma. I don't want to be king or emperor in this world. Narasadi paptyam. I don't want the lower planetary systems. It means I don't want any position in this universe. Na yogi siddhim. I don't want to get yogic powers. Yoga siddhim. Okay. Come again.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. I don't want yogic powers. Control others. No. I have no interest in manipulating people grossly or subtly. Apuna badamscha. I don't even want freedom from birth and death. Imagine. Krishna, most people come with a big shopping list. But Vitasura, I don't want. What do you want? I just want to think of your lotus feet. Actually, the real meaning here, I want to think of you in separation. So meeting Krishna, one happiness, right? Just like you meet your daughter, one happiness. But when she's not there, you also remember her, right? So this is material example. One meeting is meeting in direct meeting, but one is meeting in separation. So in separation we consider more sweet, because so much more absorption in Krishna when Krishna is not there in front of you. Anyway, one idea for you. I don't want anything, I just want to think of you in separation. I want to remember you. Just remembering you gives such a happiness. Imagine what he's praying. Like Madhusudana Rajawai says, we don't want Krishna's things. We want him. We want him. So, how I want to remember you. He gives 3 examples. Ajata paksham na mataram kagaha. I want to remember you like a baby bird remembers the mother, right? Baby bird has eyes closed, no feathers, no nothing. He fully depends on the mother. And what's the baby bird doing? Like your child, right? Baby bird, ma, ma, ma. Eyes closed, no other shelter, no other hope, just ma, 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 ma. I want to remember you like that. Full dependence, no full absorption. Then Vritasura, I thought, no, this is not good, because the baby bird just crying for some worm. The baby bird wants something from the mother. So I thought, this is not good. What I asked for is not proper. So I thought, also the worm is external. Right? So I thought, stanyam yatas vatsarasaksudata. Better than that, I want to remember you like the calf remembers the mother, cow. Right? Like they tie, of course now all the cows go to the slaughterhouse. But before, the calf, you can sit here.
Yeah, Corey, you sit there. I'll sit this way.
The baby calf is tied up. No, the farmer milks the cow and the mother in the morning. Then they tie the calf up and the mother goes to the grazing paddocks. Then mother comes back 4 o'clock and what's the calf doing? He's pulling on the rope. He's so much absorbed, so much eager. When mother will come, when mother will come. So I want to remember you like that calf. Much eager. Then Vritraso thought, this is not good example also, because once the baby calf drinks the milk, then finish. So he says, Priyam Priyayeva Vyasuta Visana. Very confidential. No? Imagine a married woman. Of course, a married woman. But she has some boyfriend. But what she'll be doing in the house? Very carefully cleaning everything and taking care of the husband. But where's her mind? Her mind is another place fully. So Vritraso prays, I want to be like that. No? Doing all my household things, everything, doing all my duties. But heart is another place, fully another place. No? So I want to remember Krishna like that. And more confidentially, this is not for, some relations with Krishna also like this world. Like husband, wife, like mother, child, like friend, like master. This relation here. Why? This world is a shadow of the real thing. So Vritraso also some touch of gopi mood. I want Krishna like that. No, some touch is there. No, Mano Aravinda Dak Dvidikshatam. Oh Krishna, I want to remember you like that. No, Mamuttama Shloka Janesa Sakyam. Krishna, give me one thing. Give me friendship with your devotees. Okay, friendship with my devotees. Our problem is we're making friends with everyone, but not with Krishna's devotees. So our minds, everything. When we meet with materialistic persons, what they talk about? COVID, rubbish, football, this, that. No topics of Krishna. So this friendship is actually destroying us. Is that Radhika?
Possibly.
Lock the door, don't let her in. No, she doesn't deserve to come. Huh? Lock him out as well. Mamutama Shloka Janesa. This very important thing in spiritual life, friendship with devotees. Right? No friendship with devotees, then what is going to happen to you? Okay. So I want friendship with your devotees. When I came to the temple, first thing Gurudev said to me, make friends with everyone here, otherwise you will never be able to stay here. So nice advice. We want to practice spiritual life, we should first of all have affection for that which is in front of us, right? Samsara chakra brahmata swakarma. And Krishna, wherever I go, whatever birth I have to take as a result of my own stupid activities, no problem. I don't mind that. No. Therefore I simply pray the association of your devotees, the friendship of your devotees, especially the topmost devotee, the Uttam Bhagavad, highest class devotee, like Prabhupada. Like, if I can have friendship with those type of devotees, I can get everything. This world is a prison of attachment to home, bhaji machine, friends, relatives. But for those who love you, this world is not a prison. This world they live very happily. So Krishna, wherever I go, I don't mind, but I pray one thing. May I not be born in Poland and always come 3 hours late for class. Krishna, I pray one thing. Wherever I go, let my mind, my consciousness be fixed in you. Let me be attached only to you. Right? So Indra is hearing this. Indra, king of heaven, right? He's looking at this huge demon who's just crushed all his soldiers with his feet, swallowed all the weapons. But he's hearing this. Then Indra become astonished. This is not the speech of some demon. This is the speech of high-class personality, right? High-class, perfected devotee, perfected, liberated soul. So Indra is shocked. So it said we should never judge someone by what they look like. We should judge someone by what comes out of their mouth. Then you can understand what's inside. So Indra was too much astonished hearing all this, Oh, this is not some demon, this is some great, great personality. So, fight must go on. So, Vritraso attacked, Indra chopped off his arm with a thunderbolt, the bone weapon. One arm off. Vritraso again attacked. Then Indra cut off the other arm. So no arms. before the other arm was cut off, Vritrasura beat him, Indra dropped the weapon. Like this, they are fighting. When Indra dropped his weapon, then Vritrasura said, again take up your weapon. Don't lament. No one is guaranteed a victory in this world. But only Krishna, he is. No? We are all puppets. No? We are all puppets in this world. No? Everyone is fully under the control of the Supreme Lord. Right? Many people think I'm independent. Are they independent, Cheryl? Everyone is forced to accept old age. Right? Everyone is forced to accept disease. Poverty comes, unhappiness comes, no one wants it, but it comes. And we say, I'm independent, I'm independent. We cannot even control our own mind and our old senses, and we think, I'm independent. So Vritrasura said, no, everyone is controlled. Everyone works like birds in a net, like puppets on a stage. No. As a woman doll dances on the stage, people think, I'm independent, but they are not. We're all controlled entities. So, many things, big instruction, I won't tell you everything, but big lecture he gives on the battlefield about material life, the material state, the material condition. Don't be depressed. Look at me. I already lost one arm. You have overwhelmed me, but I'm not morose. I'm not depressed. So give up your moroseness. Continue fighting. This is like a chessboard, a gambling match. No? Our lives are the stake, what you call. When you place a bet, what's it called? Stake, right? Our lives are the stake. Arrows are the dice. These old horses and elephants are like the pieces on a chessboard. Who will be defeated and who will be victorious, no one can say. It depends on providence. When Indra heard all this, he smiled. Oh, great demon! This is glorifying him. Hey, great demon. I see by your discrimination and perseverance in devotion, despite your dangerous position, you have not given up your meditation. You are definitely the perfected devotee and the friend of everyone. You have crossed illusion. And you have given up the demonic mentality. You have attained the topmost position of the devotee, the Vaishnava. Generally, demons are full of ignorance and hate, but not you. Even though you have the body of a demon, your mentality is like a swan-like devotee, swan-like Paramahamsa. Your mind is always fixed on Krishna. Your mind is fixed in pure goodness. For a person absorbed in the nectar of drinking the nectar of Krishna consciousness, what is the happiness of this world is like the water contained in the ditch. One who is drinking nectar has no interest in the water in the ditch. You have no interest in this world. Thus Vritrasura and Indra spoke these topics. Both of them were great persons. No. Vritrasura took his club, went to fight. Indra cut off his other arm. Then cut off his head. No. But Indra was still not. He cut off both his arms and his legs. He fell on the ground and he swallowed Indra. Imagine. He thought Indra is dead. He meditated. No need to, I finished my work in this world. He meditated, gave up his body, and achieved the supreme destination. Okay, we say back home, back to Godhead. Okay? But Indra was not dead, because he had the protective armor of Lord Narayan, and he had the bone weapon. So he cut himself out of the stomach of Indra. Of Vritrasura it came out. Then with the bone weapon he took off the head of Indra, but Vritrasura was so strong, he had to cut for 1 year. Imagine the size of Vritrasura. Okay. Anyway. Then they saw one spark came from the body of Vritrasura and returned back home, back to Godhead. All the demigods looked on in astonishment. Anyway. So these prayers of Vritrasura are very beautiful. After what happened to the King of Heaven, big history is there. Are there any questions? So this is a history. Vritrasura's devotion was not lost. Even though he was cursed to become demon, he had not performed any offenses because his devotion remained unchanged. Okay, are there any questions, Cheryl?
So how come his devotion didn't, prevent him from becoming a demon?
Because he accepted the curse. He didn't fight it. He accepted it. In this world, we don't believe in too much fighting against the environment. Right? The environment is there. No one can change it. So instead of fighting and giving your energy to adjust the environment, we believe in just adjusting our own vision. Just surrender. Just accept. No? Because we can't control the environment, but we can control ourselves. So Vritrasura giving that. Our problem is we're always blaming this person, this person, this person. So late.
Sorry.
Perfect timing, Kevin.
Sorry.
What's your name? Pretty. We heard about you. Take care. Understand? Everyone's so busy fighting against the environment. It's the government's fault. It's this guy's fault. It's his fault. It's his fault. We believe, no. We are just getting the results of our own activities. No one else to blame. No? There's a little funny story. One time I heard Gurudev say like this. No? There was 2 disciples of a guru. Right? The guru said, I want the ashram painted green. So the first disciple, he went to the hardware shop, he bought so many big buck, and very busily he painted greening. The whole ashram he's trying to paint green. The footpath, the trees, this house, the roof, the cat, everything. All day he's painting to make everything green. But the other disciple, he just has the deck chair out in the sun, he's there getting his tan, sipping the coconut drink. He's not doing anything. Then Guru came in the evening. How much you did green? First disciple. Oh, Gurudev, all day I'm painting, I could do half green. Then the second disciple, he just put on a green of sunglasses. Gurudev, everything green. So we believe, actually this world is perfect. It's perfect. But why? If the Supreme Lord had wanted it any other way, it would be like that. And he is the Supreme Controller. So no need changing this world. Everything's fine. So we just have to change our vision. Okay, so Vritrasura, like I said in the beginning, he was so powerful he could have counteracted the curse of Parvati, but he did not. He accepted. Because he knew at the end of the day, this not affect me. No? Krishna talks about this in Bhagavad Gita. No? We should become like ocean. In rainy season, so much water goes in the ocean from the rivers, but the ocean does not go up. Right? And in summer season, no rain goes in, but ocean does not go down. So in this world, where the happiness, so much happiness, don't become mad. Okay? And so much misery, don't become mad also. In both conditions, just try to remain steady in devotional thought. Yes, take care. After all, what can we change anyway? Take care. Pretty, any question? Why you came so late?
Yeah, sorry.
Many weeks been waiting to meet you. Anything else, Cheryl? You're vegetarian already, right? Take care. Who do you cook for? The monster. All rice and spinach and vegetables, who made it? Who it belongs to? God, right? So we believe, and if you're thinking these are things I will take for myself, this is karma. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yagna tat kamano lokayam karma bandhana. Any activity not done for me is called karma. It's the cause of birth and death. So why not cook for Krishna? You have to cook anyway, right? So you cook for relatives and yourself, this is karma. But you cook the same activity, cooking for Krishna, this is devotion. If you cook for Krishna, who you eat for? Krishna. Who are you washing the pots for? Who are you going shopping for? Who are you earning money for? Whose house is it? Who do you belong to? So devotion, right. Everyone have to cook. There's no one in the world who can escape cooking. Except Sundananda when I stay in his house. No one can escape cooking. Everyone has to cook. Everyone has to clean. Everyone has to earn money. No? So the life of devotee and non-devotee is no different. Only difference, one is doing for Krishna's satisfaction and the other one doing for themselves. No? Okay. You're a very intelligent lady. Daughter, yes, must be. So try and, if you like, you come. What are you doing tomorrow? Do you work or?
No, I'm free tomorrow.
If you have time, we can come. We can talk a little. It's not something to explain in 1 hour. No?